Hey, it's Michelle at Counseling Recovery, and today I'm going to be talking about self-care. And this is actually where I do my self-care in the morning, and I'll talk about that in a bit. But there's 3 things you can do right now to improve your self-care. The first is get back to basics, which means we always start with physical needs first, because if you're out of whack physically, you're going to be out of whack emotionally. So how much sleep are you getting? People who get 4 to 5 hours tend to have irritability. They tend to struggle more with overeating and depression. So really, I want you to see if you can increase your sleep. A diet that's really high in fat and sugar also has been connected to depression, anxiety. So it's really important to see about those little tweaks you can do physically that can actually make a huge difference. Exercise, as you know, I've talked a lot about that, really does a lot to improve our mood. So those 3 things in terms of physical needs can make a huge difference. Now, the next one is, can you let yourself be supported? If you're the type of person that is very helpful, very gregarious in terms of being everything to everybody, or maybe you're just super busy with work and you don't have a lot of time for yourself, I would really urge you to look at ways you can get supported, even if it's somebody just listening to you. I think emotional support often gets really overlooked, especially for men, because they tend to be worker bees. Women do too, but men aren't taught as much to get emotional support. And I think that's really, really important, especially right now with everything that's been happening. We all need a place to land and to just feel heard and supported. The last one, number 3, is give yourself a break. I know when my son was little, I would let him take mental health days once or twice a year because sometimes he just didn't want to go to school. And I said, that's okay. We're not going to do this a lot, but once a year, maybe twice a year, I let him do that because I wanted to teach him that it's really important that sometimes you just need to prioritize your mental health. And if you're feeling off and you just need a day of fun, a day of rest. I know for some of you, if you have small kids, that's a real luxury. So maybe you just negotiate a couple of hours, but those couple of hours need to be for you, not watching your kids, not doing a favor for somebody else, but just for you. And if you can negotiate and give each other that, if you're married and you both are sharing the load of kids, that can be super helpful. Another thing is creating a routine in the morning or at night. So this is where I do my morning routine. I love doing my reading in the morning, and I have my coffee, and it's just a fun little ritual that I started probably about a year ago. And it can be really helpful for me because it centers me before I start my day. And I know, before that, I used to get up and get right on my computer and check emails and do all this stuff. And I just felt stressed out 30 minutes later. And I realized I really needed some quiet time before starting my day. And some of you might have to get up before your family in order to do this, but that can really be a sacred time just for you. So that's just another way to look at self-care is if you can create a ritual for yourself that's just for you, that can be really, really nice in terms of what you're doing for yourself. So I hope this is helpful. I want to hear how you're doing your self-care. If you're not already on my email list, I have a resource library with, I think I have a cheat sheet actually with self-care tips. I think they're like 15. And I have lots of other stuff in there too for you. So if you want, I'll leave the link in the description as well. All right, have a great day. Bye.